Hey, fellow golfers, this is Robbie from BestBall. One of the most popular names in the golf accessory market today is Western Birch. Stop reaching in your pocket for boring plastic or plain white golf tees and elevate your game with premium wooden golf tees from Western Birch. You can customize both the hardwood and bamboo tees with one of their signature stripe patterns in a wide variety of colors. These tees are stylish enough to stand apart from the crowd, traditional enough to align with golf's heritage, and durable enough to make you forget about using anything else. Enter the code BESTBALL in the promo field in your shipping cart to add a free gift to your order. So visit westernbirch.com and get your own premium wood golf tees in the style that suits your game.
What is the best thing about the ANWA?
I guess it's just like it feels so special. Like everything feels so special from the minute you get the invite until, the whole excitement building up to it. I mean, I don't know fully what's waiting, but I am very sure that it's going to be a good week no matter how the golf turns out.
Friends, welcome to another special edition of the Whole Story Podcast. Jonathan and Robbie here, and we are joined by a very special guest, Louise Rydqvist, a junior at the University of South Carolina, and we're talking all about the Augusta National Women's Amateur, and Louise has earned, if you can see it over her shoulder, she has earned an invite to play in her first ANWA. So we're really excited. Louise, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Where are you from? How did you get involved in golf? Obviously, you're better than anybody we've probably met up to this point. So let's start with the beginnings. Maybe we can shape and mold some kids that we know.
Yeah, so I grew up in Sweden. I actually played every other sport growing up other than golf. I did soccer, I did horse riding, swimming, tennis. I actually did figure skating for 8 years. And then I grew up by the golf course and my dad really wanted me to play. And then when I was 6 years old, I came to this junior practice and I thought, this is really boring. I don't want to do this. But I came back a couple years later. I had a really good group of friends, of girls that played and thought it was really fun. So I joined them and started playing. So when I was 13, I think I crossed the line of 20 in handicap. And then when I was 14, I played my first tournaments. I finished third in the Swedish Junior Cup, and then when I was 15, I played my first Swedish national event with the Swedish national team, and then it kind of took off from there. And then now I'm here at University of South Carolina, absolutely loving it, and yeah, very exciting.
You listed all the sports and then mentioned you were 6. I'm like, wow, you did all that before you were 6, but there was a gap, so it was more like teenage years whenever you got into golf.
Yeah.
This is your first ANWA that you're about to play in. Have you been to Augusta National before?
I have. So one of my best friends, Andrea Lignell, she played in the final group of the ANWA last year. So I was fortunate enough to get a ticket and go watch her. It's only an hour and 15 minutes from Columbia. So we went over the day to watch the final day, and it was absolutely amazing.
It's one of my favorite ways to experience Augusta. I'm here in town in Augusta, and I've had a chance to go now. And the course is amazing. The crowds are much smaller, and you can get a lot closer. And listen, you've got a lot of pressure to live up to because the ladies that have played there on Saturdays, they're dropping dimes. They're hitting spots on greens that are amazing to watch. So how do you think you're going to fare? Well, you said, have you been to Champions Retreat yet? Have you been able to practice there?
Yeah, so I've played it twice. Once my freshman year and once this year. And, I mean, it's definitely a championship setup. It's a really good golf course, and, it really tests your game. So I'm just very excited to get going in about 2 weeks.
Well, when you first walked into the on the grounds of Augusta National, what was your first impression?
I mean, everything is just so perfect. You look left, you look right, did they cut this with, scissors, or what have they done here? And then, all the flowers, everything, and then, I walk in and I see this line to the pro shop, the merchandise shop, right away. And people stood there for hours. It was insane. And I got the chance to walk in there myself and just experience that whole thing, buy some gear. It's just really cool. And then obviously watching the golf, I guess it's less crowded than the Masters, but it is still really crowded, which is just an amazing environment and atmosphere.
So will the Friday before the Saturday, will that be the first time you have a chance to play
Yes.
at Augusta? Do you have an idea of what you're going to shoot?
No. We'll see. Whether or not you make the cut, obviously I hope to make the cut and play Saturday, but whether or not, it'll just be an absolutely amazing day to get actually on grounds on the golf course and play it myself. So yeah.
Will you get to use a caddy while you're there?
Yeah. So my boyfriend is going to caddy for me. He also goes to a college in South Carolina to D2. So he's getting a week off school to carry my bag, and it's going to be an absolutely amazing experience with him for sure. I'm also going to have my coach flying over from Sweden to be there for me that week. And then also my parents are coming, which is very exciting as well.
Very nice. And you've got a teammate playing in this as well, don't you?
Yeah. Hannah Darling is teeing up with me. She played, this is her third year playing. So, I've got a lot of inside information from her, which is amazing, and I'm very thankful for it.
Do y'all have a little side friendly wager of who's going to beat who out there?
I guess we're teammates on and off the golf course every week, in and out. But of course we want to end up on the top of the leaderboard. So we'll do what it takes. But we go through it together. We win and we lose together. So no matter what, it's going to be a good week.
Well, you're both very accomplished golfers. I know you won the Annika this year, and she won recently as well. And South Carolina women's golf team is very highly ranked. So, how does playing on a very good golf team with good teammates help you prepare for something like this?
So I'd say that being surrounded in an environment where you have golfers that are better than you and to play with and compete with every day and practice with, it just makes you better along with them because you share so much information. For example, when I won the Annika, and then I got the invitation to play in Florida on the LPGA tour event, I got a lot of information, knowledge. I went through a whole that experience that I could then share with the team. And I think when a person like that takes the next step or tries out a new level, if we can bring that information back to the team, I think we all can learn from each other and grow together. So I think it's awesome that Hannah won that event recently and also got an exemption into an LPGA tour event that is actually being played this week because she will come back with a lot of positives and, bring a lot back to the team, which I think is just amazing.
What does the week leading up to this event look like? Is it just normal practice, regular classes, or are you just on edge the entire time thinking I should be out at the golf course or the driving range practicing something other than chemistry?
Yeah, no, I'll definitely be in class. We play a tournament the week before in Aiken at Old Barnwell, so it'll be a match play event out there, which will be very nice and very, good preparations. And then, it is a really big event. It's definitely one of the biggest amateur events I've ever played in, and it's super special. But I try to treat it like every other event and prepare the same way, just because it's something that I'm used to and just stick to my processes.
We should have you back on after you're done with the ANWA to figure out if you like Old Barnwell or Augusta National, because we've played at Old Barnwell, but we obviously haven't made it to the Masters yet. So maybe we'll realize we played at the better course. I don't know if that's true, but
yeah, for sure.
Have you played Old Barnwell before?
Yeah, I've played it once. That place is special too. The greens, the whole visual of the golf course is amazing. I'm very happy we're playing match play out there because everything can happen. You can either hit a bad shot and end up close to the pin or hit a really good shot and be 40 yards away. So it's definitely a cool place.
Yeah, we experienced a couple of the shelves where if you were off by 6 inches, suddenly you were 40 yards off the green and no chance of getting back up. No one's got that short game.
Yeah.
I think one of the cool things that they're doing is the support of female golfers who are wanting to go pro. And I got to play with a lady that had finished from North Carolina, I guess within the last year or so, and she's one of their, I guess their 4 resident pros. And that was a lot of fun. So that'll be a fun tournament, I know, for you guys, and I'm glad you've gotten to experience it so far.
Yeah, it's going to be great, and I think the work that the Annika development program is doing in collaboration with Old Barnwell and that whole setup is absolutely perfect as a woman who's trying to turn pro in America. So I think they're doing a really good job.
So what are you most looking forward to about the ANWA?
I mean, there's one thing what's happening outside the golf course. Like everything, you're experiencing it with your friends. We'll have like 6 players from Sweden. So just experience that whole thing with them, with Hannah, with other friends, with my family, my parents on site, everything with my boyfriend, my coach. But then there's also the excitement of actually testing my game on a setup like that, but also in the circumstances of, for example, Saturday at Augusta National with a lot of crowds, a lot of people cheering for you, and maybe a few people not cheering for you and cheering for someone else. So, it'll just test a lot of abilities and skills that I want to develop, and I think it's a really, really good practice for the future.
Yeah, I don't know if it's extra pressure, but there might be a few people watching on TV as well.
Just a few.
Just a few.
Plus, after you're done with this experience, you'll get to watch Masters from years, forever now, and say, I played here, I know what shot they're about to hit.
Yeah, that's definitely, maybe I can sit back home on the couch and play golf from there, which is very easy, but, at least I've been there and know how hard it is.
Absolutely. It's all about the experience.
Yeah.
Well, there's been some incredible shots at the Masters tournament. I'm sure you've had some incredible shots. We ask every one of our guests, what is your most memorable golf shot?
Oh, wow. That is a very, very good question. Honestly,
it's tough. It's tough for really good players because you have so many.
But I can actually take one from last week. We played down at Long Cove, our home event. I had 160 yards in from the fairway on the last hole into the wind to a tucked pin upright. And I managed to hit this kind of low cut with a 6-iron up to 3 feet to finish up with a birdie. And it was a whole crowd up there. I was definitely, my heart was racing. And, the guy walking with us from Golf Channel approaches me. He says, that's the shot of the day. That was very special. So very recent, but it's definitely really cool.
Yeah. Well, again, we might have to have you on after, especially if you've got a couple shots that you might. I'm assuming every shot will be memorable at Augusta.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, golf friends. This is Robbie from BestBall. Are you looking for the ultimate Myrtle Beach golf experience? Well, it's only a click away. Check out the 2-play special at 2 of America's most awarded public golf courses and 2 of my personal favorites. Caledonia Golf and Fish Club and True Blue Golf Club are low country masterpieces featuring 2 iconic Mike Strantz designs. Play these 2 incredible courses for one great price. Visit truebluegolf.com to learn more about the 2-play special and book your tee time today. That's truebluegolf.com.
Well, we also like to do a thing we call the Quick 9. So we're going to ask you just rapid fire back and forth some questions that should be pretty easy here. So I'll start. What is the favorite course that you've played?
I'm going to say the Alotian Club in Arkansas is really, really cool.
Okay. What is your favorite hole at Augusta National?
I think I got to go with 12.
Always a classic.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite LPGA golfer?
Lane Grant.
Very nice. All right. Do you have an all-time favorite pro golfer?
Let's see here. Pro golfer. I mean, I think I'd say Rory McIlroy because I kind of grew up with all his success and watching him, and he's always been someone I've looked up to.
Well, he might be included in the next question then. Who is your dream foursome?
Yeah, he's included. So Rory, I'll go with Lynn because I know Lynn personally, and she's a lot of fun, so I know I'll have a good time. So Lynn, Rory, And then I'm gonna go with Tiger.
And if you had a fifth, your boyfriend would be the fifth, just in
Yeah.
case he listens to this later. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
He's going to give you a hard time whenever he's caddy. He's give you the wrong yardage because of that answer there.
Absolutely.
He can caddy for you while you're playing in your portion.
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite club in the bag?
Driver.
Ooh.
Very
I
nice.
think that's the first time. Yeah, that's the first driver we've got, I think.
I like the confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, I like teeing it off and hitting it.
Nice. What is your favorite snack on the course?
Peanut butter banana sandwich.
Classic.
That is a very popular answer.
Yep.
All right. What's your favorite golf course logo?
Ooh. Let's see here. What do we got? I kind of like Pine Valley. I have a fleece from there, and I wear it very often, so I'd go with Pine Valley.
Have
All
you
right.
played there before?
Yeah, played actually 3 times.
Oh, wow. That's one of the, we ask everybody bucket list all the time, and that's one of the top. Augusta National, Pine Valley, Cypress, yeah, they're all at the top of the bucket list.
It's definitely
that a-
a course.
Was that a tournament or a special invite?
We got a special invite through. We have gone with the team 3 times. So yeah,
Fun days with your friends.
yes.
All right. And then finally, what is the best thing about the ANWA?
I guess it's just like it feels so special. Like everything feels so special from the minute you get the invite until, the whole excitement building up to it. I mean, I don't know fully what's waiting, but I am very sure that it's going to be a good week no matter how the golf turns out.
Well, we will be cheering you on. Louise Rydqvist, thank you. Go Gamecocks from a fellow Gamecock. We'll be cheering you on. Hope you have a ton of fun playing in this thing. And yeah, we appreciate you joining us on a special edition of the Whole Story Podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun, and I can't wait.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Atomic Golf. If you need custom ball markers, divot repair tools, and more that are made from high-quality materials like solid copper and brass and look really good, then you should check out our friends at Atomic Golf. If courses like Old Barnwell, Landman, Sweetens Cove, and more are already working with them, then you should too. Visit atomicgolf.club and follow them on Instagram at Atomic Golf.